What's going on, y'all? My name is Frank. Welcome back to the channel. It is Wednesday. So Wednesdays, I've grown to dislike Wednesdays, right? It's the day the kids go back. And I just feel like a sense of loneliness, maybe, right? And even probably like a little sense of maybe even like failure or letdown for my children, right? But I also 100% know that this is just the way things have to be. So I was talking with a friend last night, and we were talking about, they had brought up about that I said I wanted my family, right? And I said 100% I did, and I still do, but not in the sense of family as me and Rachel being married and a couple. And I guess I viewed it for so long as that, right? Just because I was like, that's their mother. Who better to raise my children than their mother and their father, right? And then when I asked that specific question, who better to raise my children than their mother and their father, I started, I started to sort of realize and say, you know what? Maybe me either being alone or eventually finding somebody, maybe that's what's best, right? So they could see their father happy and see their father being loved and see their father being shown affection and stuff like that. I think that's very important for children to see, and vice versa. I didn't treat Rachel bad, but I'm sure kids pick up on the tension and different times if I might try to give her a hug or something and be pushed away. My kids see that stuff. um so I just think like, man, so be it. That's the way it is. I can still have my family, right? It just might look a little different than what it was supposed to be, right? And my hopes for Rachel is that she meets a man uh that is everything she needs, right? That treats her good, that treats my children good. That's my hopes for her, right? I hope that anything that she might have to work on, and for myself this goes also, anything that I might have to, anything that either one of us might have to work on, we work on it and we get that shit figured out for our children, right? um that's all I'm worried about is children, children, children. Before, it wasn't really that. I was more worried about my relationship than my children. So I'm just at peace because of this closure. And I really wasn't giving closure. Sometimes we say, oh, I need you to give me closure. I wasn't really giving closure. Because I think with closure comes a lot. Comes conversation, comes apologies, comes, just a lot of different stuff. um and I didn't get any of that. I didn't even want it, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting it. I just I just realized that I'm not asking for any explanations, any apologies, none of that. I know that I'm not getting that. So I'm cool with that. I'm going to move forward. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited of, hopefully when the time is right to move to meet somebody who loves me, right? Who accepts me, who reciprocates the love, the loyalty, everything that I have to offer, right? I'm excited for that. I haven't had that in a very long time, in a very long time. And the type of person that I am, I'm sort of like a hopeless romantic, to be honest with you. Like, that's the type of person I am. And I look forward to somebody to give that to, right? Somebody to bring that out of me again, right? And, but I think more importantly than all those things is me continuing to work on being the best version of Frank that I could be, right? Not the best father, not the best mate, not the best boyfriend, not the best husband, just the best me, right? For times like this, when I'm alone, that I can say, okay, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, I'm fit, right? I don't have to be 10 out of 10 in every single category, but I want to be very good in all of them, right? That's why I started doing jujitsu. That's why I started going to counseling. That's all that stuff, And to me, we were talking, me and the guys in the shop, we were talking, and I was saying, yo, my next relationship, I'm going to tell them, yo, you have to be open to going to counseling as part of maintenance, right? Not as, yo, when shit gets messed up, then we go to counseling. No, 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 no. From the rip, we're going to counseling just like maintenance. Like we take our car to get an oil change every now and then when we need it, and we get the tires rotated, we get the brakes and all that stuff. Inspection, we're going to do that. If not, then maybe you're just not the right fit for me, and maybe I'm not the right fit for you, and that's fine. Right? I look forward to this, man. I look forward to this because, like I said, I'm, inside I'm a hopeless romantic. And man, when I tell you the last 5 years have been very difficult. So I'm just looking for peace and happiness, right? And then you see the weather starting to change, and I'm like, man, this is beautiful outside. I haven't felt like this. I haven't felt optimistic. I haven't felt at peace, I guess, in a very long time. And I just got a call from the insurance company that Rachel canceled the insurance policy on the vehicles, even though, I pay for them. And I'm just like, all right, that's one less attachment that we have to each other, right? There's one attachment, well, two attachments that we're going to have for the rest of our life, and that be our children. Anything other than that, let's go. Let's get this shit over with, right? Let's get divorce finalized, and let's get it over with. I don't want to have any reason for arguments. I don't want to have any reason, for you to try to hold something over my head, or me to be pissed off and me to act childish. I don't want that. I just want to move forward, say, cool, wish the best for you, and be able to do that. That's what I want. And I know that's what I'm going to get, right? I know that in my heart. I know that. It's scary too, though, to be honest with you. It's very scary. And I think that goes for anybody who's been hurt or who's been let down, or, anything like that. And especially, some of the shit that I'd had to deal with. So, and then I think about it too. Like, so I said very shortly after she left, and I started to realize some stuff, right? It was stuff that I said, okay, stuff I could do better, stuff that I shouldn't accept, things like that. I was taking evaluation or inventory of my life. And I said, whoever gets this next version of me is going to get the best version of me, right? Is going to get the best version of Frank that has ever existed. The absolute best. Which makes me excited, right? Because, and even if it's nobody, even if it's just me, even if it's just my children, that gets me excited because I know they're going to get the best version of me, right? And even if there's nobody to share it with, which I hope that's not the case, but even if there's nobody to share it with, then I'll get the best version of me and my children. You know, where I'm going to be taking them to Disney World here shortly, and I'm excited, right? I know they're hyped. Mercy's so hyped. We haven't even set a date yet because I need to make sure it doesn't coincide. Major has fifth grade camp, and then he has wrestling, a wrestling tournament also because he just took first place in this tournament. So I have to make sure we plan it correctly, where I could take them, and I want them to have an awesome time. You know, I look forward to that stuff. Taking them to Puerto Rico and just loving them and experiencing stuff with them and telling them, look, you've seen Daddy at a very low point in his life, and you guys were there for me. You guys were the source of my strength when I had absolutely none. Absolutely none. Because when I tell you I was broken, man. I was broke. Y'all see it. Y'all see me. I was broken. I was fucked up. Very, very much so. I was very, very, very hurt and let down. But if I had to take any of it back to be where I'm at right now, I wouldn't take a single thing back. Not a single thing. I think sometimes we need people to shit on us to show us their true colors, right? We need that. And sometimes we're the one getting shitted on. Sometimes we're the one doing the shitting. I can't sit here and act like, like I was this perfect person. I wasn't. I wasn't. But, I wasn't horrible either. But regardless, I don't even care about none of that. That shit is all in the past, to be honest with you. I just look forward to the future, right? Look forward to the future. Look at me, I'm a mess. I need to get a haircut. I got schools to go speak at this week in New Jersey. What's the name of the school? Samson G. Smith High School. I'll be there this week. And then a couple more coming up. Can't wait. I'm going to end this here, y'all, because it's hot as shit in here and I don't have the windows open because of the noise. So I'm going to end this here. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient, because at some point in your life, somebody was kind, loving, and patient with you. I hope y'all have the best week. Please keep me and the children in your prayer for healing, for the future, for everything. Please and thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all y'all that support, all y'all that have rode this out, been supportive of me. Man, and listen, y'all have no idea what that means. Thank you guys. Have a great day, y'all. Stay blessed.